All right, welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're here. You know, if you've ever stopped to wonder how artificial intelligence actually reads the messy words we type every day, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're zeroing in on the crucial very first steps of the natural language processing pipeline. Basically, we're taking a walk on the factory floor of NLP to look at lexical resources, specifically stemmers and part-of-speech taggers. These are the absolute unsung heroes. Without them, none of the fancy downstream AI language stuff would even be possible.
Okay, let's dive right into this. How exactly do algorithms make sense of our incredibly messy, highly inflected human language? I mean, think about it for a second. When we speak or write, we're constantly using plurals, past tenses, gerunds, suffixes, you name it. To a computer, words like run, running, and runs literally look like completely different words at first glance, even though they represent the exact same core concept, right? So before any of the complex machine learning can even start, that raw text has to be cleaned up, normalized, and structured. This text preprocessing is absolutely vital if we want to reduce the vocabulary size and cut out the noise.
To actually handle all that, NLP systems rely heavily on what we call lexical resources. Think of these as essential pre-processing modules within the pipeline. They're kind of like the rigorous quality control inspectors on the assembly line of language. Their job is to take raw, unstructured text and methodically strip it down, categorize it, and prep it so the complex algorithms can, well, actually compute the data. They act as these external knowledge bases that let our algorithms move way beyond just simple dumb character matching.
And this brilliantly illustrates the whole sequence. Just look at the processing flow here. Let's say you start with an input sentence, something simple, like cats are running. The very first stop on the assembly line is the part of speech, or POS, tagger. That assigns grammatical roles to every single word. Only after those tokens are tagged do they move further down the line to the stemmer, and the stemmer chops them down to their base forms, so cats becomes cat, running becomes run. This specific sequential order is a huge deal. It ensures the system actually understands the grammatical context before it starts physically altering the words themselves.
So, let's look a little closer at that final step first, stemmers. Honestly, stemmers are essentially the blunt instruments of the NLP world. A stemmer is just a rule-based linguistic pre-processing tool. Its one and only job is to strip inflections, usually suffixes, from words to reduce them down to their base form, which we call the stem. It is a crude, highly heuristic process. It actually doesn't even care if the resulting word is in the dictionary. It just blindly hacks away at the end of the word. Take the Lancaster stemmer, for instance. It's famous for being incredibly aggressive, using over 100 different rules just to chop words down. They're basically the fast, efficient machetes clearing out the dense jungle of our vocabulary.
To really understand just how mechanistic this whole process is, we can look at the most common algorithm out there, the Porter stemmer. It basically runs through a series of sequential phases, applying really strict condition-action rules. So, Rule 1, for example, if a word ends in SSES, it just replaces it with SS. Caresses becomes caress. Simple enough. Rule 2, if a word ends in IES, it replaces it with an I. So, ponies becomes PONI. Now notice that's not even a real English word, but to the computer, it's a perfectly fine base identifier. Rule 3, it'll strip ing if the stem contains a vowel, so walking drops the suffix and just becomes walk. It is completely blind. It just applies these rules mathematically, without having any clue what the words actually mean.
So the crucial point here is that because stemming is such a crude, rule-based heuristic, it comes with some very specific limitations. We usually categorize these as either overstemming or understemming. Overstemming happens when the algorithm just goes too far and strips away too much, which ends up merging completely unrelated words. Like, if you apply these rules, you might find that both organization and the musical instrument organ stem down to just organ. Obviously, that is a massive loss of semantic meaning. On the flip side, we have understemming, which is when it strips too little. A really classic example of this is the words alumnus and alumni. Because they have those irregular Latin endings, standard stemming rules completely fail to merge them into the same underlying stem.
All right, that brings us back up the pipeline to the, let's say, smart linguists of the operation, the part of speech or POS taggers. Remember how we said stemmers are essentially blunt machetes? Well, POS taggers are much more like precision scalpels. A POS tagger is an NLP software component that reads a sentence and assigns a grammatical category to each and every token. But here's the real magic.
Unlike a simple dictionary lookup, it actually takes the syntactic context into account. It looks at all the surrounding words to figure out if the word saw is a noun, like the cutting tool, or a verb, like the past tense of see. To pull this off efficiently, NLP systems rely on standardized vocabularies. And the most widely used standard is the Penn Treebank tag set. If you look at this, you'll see the tagger isn't just typing out the word noun or verb, it uses these highly specific abbreviated tags. So NN stands for a singular noun, VB is a base verb, JJ represents an adjective. By converting words into these standardized tags, the system is basically mapping out the entire grammatical architecture of the sentence, and it does it in a way that downstream algorithms can parse super easily. Now, let's move along and see how this all builds, because the technology behind POS taggers has advanced dramatically over the years. Generation 1 taggers, they were entirely rule-based. We're talking hand-coded linguistic rules written by human experts. Stuff like, hey, if a word follows the word the, tag it as a noun. But as we know, language is way too complex for just rigid rules. So Generation 2 introduced stochastic and probabilistic models. These use statistics to calculate transition and omission probabilities, using tools like hidden Markov models, or HMMs, and the Viterbi algorithm to find the most likely sequence of tags. Then Generation 3 stepped it up with robust machine learning. It treated tagging as a sequence labeling task, using conditional random fields, or CRFs, to extract rich context features. And finally, Generation 4, which is where we are today, relies on incredible deep learning taggers using recurrent neural networks like BiListM RCRF or even advanced transformer embeddings.
Now, what's really interesting, actually what's truly staggering about this, is the sheer performance of that Generation 4 technology. Thanks to modern deep learning, state-of-the-art POS taggers today achieve over 97% accuracy. Let that sink in. 97%! They are parsing sentences and understanding the contextual grammatical role of words with near-human precision. That right there provides an incredibly solid foundation of pre-processed data to just pass right along the assembly line. Which leads us to a pretty fascinating question to wrap up our explainer today. Think about it. With our raw text neatly chopped down to its base stems and perfectly tagged with its grammatical roles at over 97% accuracy, the messy noise of human language is finally organized. The foundation is set. So what complex semantic meaning, what incredible insights can artificial intelligence extract next using this perfectly structured data? It's a thrilling thought for sure, and the possibilities really are endless. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the mechanics of stemmers and POS taggers. Keep learning, stay curious, and I will catch you in the next explainer.